What's the worst excuse for cheating? This one happened to a good friend of mine. I was with him just after this little gem was dropped on him, took him some time to recover. I actually wasn't cheating on you, I was dating, other guy, first, so I was actually cheating on him. Madam President of the Society of Pedantics didn't see an issue with what she said. I'll never forget my first semester in college. I met a girl in Psychology 101 that shared with the whole class that her boyfriend cheated on her. She said she was going to forgive him because his reason for cheating was because he had never slept with a black girl before and wanted to know what it was like. Came home early from work to my last ex in bed with another guy. I wasn't trying to hurt you, I didn't think you would find out. I came home early because I spilled a fryer on my leg and she ignored my call for a ride because she was busy being fucked. I'm still mad when I think about it. She's your twin. Does it really count as cheating? XGF tried to get one of my close friends to do things with her. When he told me and I asked her about it, she told me she liked him, but still liked me more. That was the last straw. I deserve to have sex with a hot guy. Sorry we started the threesome without you. You're too nice. I'm doing you a favor. I thought about you the whole time. I was looking for an excuse to break up. If you want to break up, why don't you just break up? He caught me cheating, serves him right for spying on me. Random girl I overheard talking on her phone. I thought it was funny you didn't know. Yup, that actually happened to me. One that I heard from a former marriage counselor was a woman who claimed her husband was so affectionate, hardworking, and considerate, she developed an inferiority complex and dealt with it by cheating. I'd had nothing but bad experiences, and had so many good ones with you, that I needed to know if I was fixed. The lights were off, I couldn't see. It was my birthday and I really wanted to. I noticed that instead of saving money we were losing about $6,000 of our savings per month. We had a specific dollar goal to put a down payment on a house. When I looked into it I found out my ex-wife was spending over $6,000 a month. She got upset and said that she should be allowed to do whatever she wanted to with our money. She had been buying random URL names in the hopes one would be the name of an up-and-coming business that would have to buy it from her. Like a patent troll but with websites. I had been working my ass off picking up extra work travel to save money for us, and then took up even more work trips to make up for the losses and get us back on track to buy a home. After that, whenever I returned home she was cold and distant. I tried to be affectionate to her and she told me to hook up with other women while on my work trips because she wasn't in love with me anymore. She said she loved me like a cousin and hoped we could continue being married but in a non-traditional way. Meaning, she could still spend all my money lol. When I found out she had been cheating she said that she stopped loving me when I criticized her use of our savings and then started traveling more, which gave her time to reconnect with an ex. She had broken up with the ex about 10 years prior when he became a pill-popping heroin addict. When they reconnected, he was clean so she left me for him. So the reasons were 1. I shouldn't have been upset about her using our savings to buy website names instead of a down payment on a house. 2. If I didn't get upset at the loss of all that savings, I wouldn't have picked up more work giving her the time and space to reconnect with her ex. And 3. She always loved him and he was clean now. I'm an alpha and that's what we do. Yes, that's a real one. I was going to tell you eventually, but I wanted to make sure that we had a genuine connection. I was given this line and shortly after went off the deep end for a while. Became a heavy alcoholic. She implied that in order to make sure her and her new BF had a real connection she went over to his place several times. With her even taking him back to her place, which is where I found them. It was a gangbang and I had a mask on. It doesn't count. You know how I love my dog. I want to pet it every day. But when I see another dog, I want to pet it too. It doesn't mean I don't love my dog. I just stared at her and said, "Did you seriously just compare me to your dog?" Also, same girl, but it was just part of a pagan ritual. That doesn't count. We actually sat down to discuss what counts as cheating after that. She asked if she managed to project her consciousness into a cat, would it be cheating to be with another cat? Because she was always curious what it feels like for cats. I told her that if she managed to project her consciousness into a cat, she should come to me so I could pet her before she went off to have sex with other cats. Needless to say, that relationship didn't last. I thought, what am I doing with this crazy girl? I want to get married and have kids, and that's never going to happen with her. I met my wife a few months later, and we have 2 kids together. I performed a soul retrieval on him, and discovered that he was my soulmate, for thousands of past lives and thousands of lives into the future. I was told this out of the blue, after a 21-year relationship, 18 years of marriage with 2 small children. I am happily married now to a wonderful guy, but prior to I was cheated on twice. High school boyfriend's excuse: I used to be fat and insecure and it felt good knowing another woman besides you wanted me and I didn't want to disappoint her. College boyfriend's excuse: you were too busy taking your mom to chemo treatments every Friday, so I felt ignored. I thought y'all were friends. An actual quote from an ex. My immediate response: how the fuck does that make it any better? She had absolutely no reply, just sat there with her jaw dropped like she was waiting for another cock to come flying in the room. You didn't answer the phone at 2 a.m. after a 16-hour shift. Called back 4 minutes later and it was too late. I bought a house 2 days prior for us to live in. I'm selling that house for $260K higher than I paid for it 6 years ago. All I can do is laugh. Let's use my cousins. Our marriage just hasn't been the same the past 5 to 6 months. During those 5 to 6 months his wife's grandfather, practically her father figure, died and my cousin entered the police academy, meaning he was either working or in class most of the time, leaving her to care for their 2-year-old alone while also working full-time, or cheating with the woman in his academy class who was also married. No shit, things haven't been the same. I've never been more ashamed of a family member. The way he's handled it since she found out about it has just dug the knife in deeper. These are the reasons he gave me. I'm tight with my friends. I've got guy friends. I wasn't ready to say, I love you, days into the relationship. Mind you, he cheated on me since the get-go till the relationship ended despite me telling him that I'd like it to be exclusive. He was insecure about who I was because I am outgoing. He couldn't end things with his ex because she was helping him a lot professionally. Whenever he broke up with her, she would cry and that would turn him on. He said it's all because of me. I know nobody will read this, but I just got out of an 8-month relationship that ruined my life completely. The straw that broke the camel's back was her excuse for cheating on me. She admitted to me that she slept with her ex during the time I was visiting my parents in another state. Her excuse for cheating was, I wanted to see if you loved me enough to stay after I did it, so that's probably the dumbest fucking excuse I've ever heard for cheating. I thought the relationship was over, and I wanted to feel wanted and needed. I pleasured him the evening prior to this. We also went to a friend's wedding the weekend before and had a wonderful time, or so I thought. We were together for a year and a bit at this point. If he was having reservations or felt off about something in the relationship, I thought he would have communicated that to me. I just so happened to catch him in the act. It really makes me wonder what else he did behind my back and hid from me. I actually posted to r/surviving infidelity when this happened. Everyone told me to leave and I wish I had listened at the time, but I gave him another chance. Fast forward to the beginning of this summer and he blindsided me with a breakup after nearly 3 years together. This guy planted seeds of commitment in my mind without the intent of watering them. I was taken for granted, disrespected and played for a fool. This wasn't cheating, but my BF used to like pictures on Instagram of underage girls in bikinis, and when I confronted him and asked why, he said, "'Cause they look happy." It was then that I realized I was dating an idiot. Being drunk. Seriously, I've been absolutely, completely blackout drunk twice in my life, where I lost gaps of time. I still didn't try it on with anyone. I've also been pretty steaming too, but the thought has never crossed my mind. I dated a girl who told me that she was straight. After our relationship, she told me she had known that she was bi for years. That would be fine, I'm bi too. It would be fine if we hadn't agreed that it was alright for her to kiss girls the whole time we were together. So naturally I was hurt and asked, "Why didn't you just tell me?" She said, "I didn't want to lose the option to kiss my friends." Like what then? Don't be in a relationship? I think the first one was, I'm sorry, this was my first girlfriend from high school. Minus 6-month relationship. The second girl said, "You should understand. I mean, look at you, then look at me." This was just before I dropped out of high school, and she was the hot popular girl in senior year while I was just some short but skilled basketball player, a year and a half. The third girl cheated on me while I was at my best friend's funeral several hundred miles away. Her dad, who we lived with, caught her and called me. I never heard what she had to say about it since I blocked her on everything, and whatever voicemail she left were erased immediately. This one hurt the most cause her dad was amazing and was the closest thing to a father I ever had. Minus 2 years. Fourth girl a couple years after that was probably actually psychotic, cause when I caught her cheating never said anything but got dressed and left, then she had me jumped a couple days later and laughed as it happened. Minus 1 year. Fifth girl, I found out I was her backup while her main man was working out of state and saw her on the weekends. He did not know about me. I for real thought I found the one. With this one I was a couple K from buying a house and engagement ring, and then she saved me a lot of money. Minus 3 years. So yeah, every girl I've ever dated has cheated on me. I quit dating after the last one, it was the worst. It's been about 5 years or so. I'm lonely, but I'd rather that than be cheated on again. The last one was the worst pain I'd ever felt and genuinely thought about eating a bullet for a while. But fuck her and every single one of those bitches. They won't get the satisfaction of breaking me. You're too good for me. You deserve better than me, is what I was told when my ex confessed to cheating on me. To clarify, she cheated because of this mindset, apparently. Not cheat first then feel guilty. I was too good for her, therefore, she had to cheat on me so that I would hate her. Makes absolutely no sense and is the worst excuse I have personally experienced. I always felt the "I missed you" was the worst. Literally implying it was my fault for not being around the moment you got horny. Decided to text your ex, invited him over, fucked, continued on. Or was on a family vacation and since I wasn't there your cousin was. Or when I went off to college the school IT, she was 16 he was 35, guy was available. And because I know it will be in the comments, I met her when she was 16 I was 17, we were dating as I turned 18, so I think that's technically alright? Feel free to destroy me, Reddit. Or when you went to your high school prom with your best friend, female, who is now my best friend, and fucked my former best friend, male, in the locker room. Because you missed me and I wasn't there. She thought she had my permission. Fallout 4 release week I told her I was going to be staying home that weekend to play as much as I could. She asked what she was supposed to do and I told her to go out with her best friend, girl, and have fun. She fucked the best friend's roommate. Cherry on top was she admitted she was fucking this guy for a while, so every time she did spend the night over there she was cheating on me. Her best friend's boyfriend was the one who told me about it, how she always talked shit about me to my GF and basically set them up and encouraged the cheating. Him and I are still friends to this day. Because you were away for so long, had been gone for 10 days, she slept with 2 different guys. And then, before I could get home to talk to her and actually end it, she wanted us to stay together, she said. She jumped a 3rd guy. She wound up pregnant shortly after. She still doesn't know who the father is 16 to 17 years later. Kinda says a lot that I wasn't even part of the suspected fathers. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe.